Valentina came on February 14th.
83.
83. She was about 6 weeks early. I went to a movie early in the afternoon with my brother, and he lost his car keys. So I borrowed him my car.
Richard? Eldon?
No, Randall.
Randall?
I had hired him on as one of my delivery drivers. I work for a book certificate company. And I worked right up to the day that Sunday was the only day I had off. And that's when we went to the movie and everything. And I woke up and went to the bathroom, and I just knew I was in labor. The pains were starting. My upstairs neighbor took care of, she was my daycare provider anyway, so everybody just went upstairs, and I lived in St. Paul right off West 7th. Gillette Hospital was 2.5 blocks away. So I walked to the hospital. Several guys tried to pick me up on the way to the hospital. Well, obviously I bent over a car with a belly like this. Hey, baby. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I got to Gillette Hospital at 10 minutes after 2 in the morning. They asked me if they could help me. Well, obviously something was wrong. I'm in labor. They got me in a wheelchair and didn't have time to prep me or nothing. Valentina was born at 2:22.
So
12 minutes after I got to the hospital.
Holy moly. But, so, like, did your water broke? Or when? Did your water break? Or did they break it? So, like...
When they examined me, just like Christina.
So, like... Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then...
And they broke my water with you. They broke my water with Andrew. Well, I was leaking. Yeah, I had gotten out of the bathtub. And I kept thinking, where's this water coming from? Yeah, the bathroom broke. It was like, because the water was warm. I just felt like I kind of had a backache. And yeah, that was kind of funny.
So with Valentina, how big was Val?
Valentina was 5 pounds and 4 ounces and 17.5 inches long.
And a little chimpanzee.
She was in the chimpanzee, and Christina was Miss Bird.
Valentina was really hairy and dark.
Oh, Valentina had her eyebrows and her hairline grew together, and she had a line of hair from the base of her skull, where her hairline was, all the way down to the crack of her butt. And if you look sideways, she looked like a little. She was really, really hairy. She had hair on her thighs, black hair. Yeah, she was.
Where was Clem? Clem wasn't there?
Nope.
Did you talk to him?
There was no cell phones or anything then.
But she was born in Gillette. So when did Clem...
And I had not picked... I was having a baby boy. Because I wasn't having no more girls.
Oh, right.
And I had picked out the name Valentino. And I never discussed it with her dad because that was my baby.
Yeah.
I was having this baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had boys' clothes to take her home in. And I really didn't want to look at her the next day because she was way early. She was really tiny again, another real tiny baby. And
you wanted a boy.
I was having a boy. I had the name picked out and everything. And it wasn't until...
Randall?
My brother Randall came up to the hospital. He came and brought me a rose and a Happy Valentine's Day card. And I started to cry. I don't want a girl. I don't even have any girls' clothes. And I don't even have she doesn't even have a name. And he said, well, you're going to have a boy, right? You thought you were going to have a boy? I said, yep. He goes, well, what name did you have picked out? I said, Valentino. And he said, well, it's Valentine's Day. Why don't you call her Valentina? And that's how she got her name.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then you went home.
I went home.
And what about Clem?
I went home. I had her 2:22 Sunday morning, and 8 o'clock Monday morning, I went to work. I had to be at my job.
Where did you work?
I worked at Shoppers Spree. So, gift certificate books.
Oh, okay.
And I was second in charge. I had to be there.
Right.
I was in charge of all the drivers, and I had 15 drivers.
Right.
So no books were going to get delivered unless I was there, because the other guy that worked there...
The dumbass.
He was from North Carolina. He didn't know much about nothing. But he bought me a car that day.
Who?
Tony Dozier. He bought me a 1976 baby blue with white vinyl top Cutlass.
Nice.
Yep. It was a used car, but that's the prettiest car I ever owned. For having that baby. And all through my pregnancy, because I'd worked at that place, I started there when I was just a few weeks. He came over to take over the company about 4 months before Valentina was born, and he was always gonna just wanted to tap that ass.
Oh my God, Mom.
And when I walked in with her, carrying her in a baby carrier, that's what he did. He cracked me on the butt as I walked into the office. Oh, well, he was lucky I was carrying her, but I always told him I was gonna body flip him. He had a real bad back. He'd been in an accident and smashed all the bones in his body.
All right, I'm going to pause.
I would have killed him. You didn't know that?